Yeah, hello marketers. In this video, we are going to learn about the different dimensions we have in our GA4. So in the GA4 interface, the complete measurement model is completely changed related to the event measurement model. So the dimensions are also categorized based upon that. And also there are a lot of changes in the dimensions and their definitions. So we are going to go through the different dimensions we have, and these dimensions are categorized into various categories. So dimensions are basically the attributes of users. So the attributes of the users who visit to our website have like the user source, user medium, or the purchases made, or the user session source, or the user session medium, or the session that the user created comes from which referral or which channel or which medium. So all these would be categorized under dimension. So these are all the attributes of users, and the users have different characteristics, and all these characteristics are categorized into several dimension categories like the user acquisition dimensions, session acquisition, user engagement, monetization, user demographic, and the technical. So all these dimensions are categorized into different categories in the interface so that we can have a clear idea of all the dimensions that are related to a particular user or particular session, or according to the engagement, or something related to the purchases or e-commerce related things, or related to the user demographics. So all this can be viewed in the interface, and we can have a clear idea about all that. So let us go back to the Google Analytics interface. So this is the interface. Here we have everything in the left panel. Here we have the acquisition, and then the engagement, monetization, and user retention, and demographics, and technical details. So these are the categories that we have seen on the PPT that resembles the dimension categories. So in the acquisition, let's first go into the user acquisition and traffic acquisition. So the acquisition is the part or the stage at which how the users are acquired bias to our website. So how the user has visited our website for the first time, or how the user is creating sessions in our website, everything would be tracked in the user and the traffic acquisition. So in the user acquisition, we all have the dimensions related to the user. So if you could go through over here in the reports, we can see this is the user medium dimension that is applied in these reports. So under user medium, medium is the channel through which they have reached to our website, that is either through organic or referral. And we have several other channels like the CPC and email and all the other channels that we have or we are aware of in GA3. So whichever channel the user comes through would be noted here, and the number of users coming from that channel and everything related, the metrics related to that dimension would be measured in this report. So here we have several other dimensions apart from this user medium, user source or the user source or medium, and the user campaign. So this dimension defines the campaign from which the user has visited our website, and also the campaign creative ID that acquired the user, or the ad group name. And here we can also add some other dimensions related to the other dimensions like the device, and the other dimensions in device, and in the session acquisition category the other dimensions. So this is the place where we can add an additional secondary dimension to our reports. And then we have the traffic acquisition. So in the traffic acquisition is completely related to defining the dimensions that are related to the sessions that I create in when I visit a website. So it's related to the session dimensions like the session source or medium. So this session is created from which source that the user has come from. And then we have the session source, the session campaign, and also the session channel from which the user has visited and created a session in our website. So all the session related dimensions would be listed out in this traffic acquisition. And then we have the engagement. So as we have seen over here, we have just now covered the user acquisition and the session acquisition. And then we have the user engagement. So those dimensions which would define the user engagement on our website. So for that, we have the events and the pages and screens. So in the events, let us see the dimensions that we have. Here we have the event name. So this is the event name. And if we can add some other dimensions to this. And then we also have the pages and screens. that is the page titles or the page path of website related stream. And if it's an app stream, we have the screen names. So all the dimensions related to the app and the screen names as the page titles would be available in these dimensions. So the page title and the screen class. So screen class is every screen on an app is given a class and also a name, and we have the content group so that we in which category we group the content. So these are the dimensions that could be used in the pages and screen section. And then we have the monetization that comes under e-commerce purchases for the e-commerce related websites. So the dimensions related to the e-commerce related things would be related to the items, the item name and the ID, category or the brand, and the different categories of the items. So these are all the dimensions available for us in the e-commerce purchases. And coming to the in-app purchases, we have the dimensions completely related to the app and the purchases happening in the app, like the product ID. We have the product ID right now. So when we add anything onto this, we can get the dimensions of that related app. And if it's an e-commerce, we get it related to the e-commerce. And we also have the user retention that retention is mainly how long is the user being retained. That is the same user being visiting a site again and again. So we can have a clear overview by using the cohort analysis and also the user engagement and the lifetime value of the user. So everything will be tracked over here. So retention, so a user might not be creating or generating the value just for once. So if it's an e-commerce website, they will be completely using that platform for several times and would have a lifetime value of thousands of dollars. So this is the lifetime value which is very important to be calculated for any user. So all the reports related to lifetime value would be available here. And then we have the demographics. So all the details or dimensions related to demographics like the country, age, and gender would be available here. So we can categorize our reports based on these dimensions with the country, region, or the city. So right now we have country, we can divide it according to the age. So now I have applied the age dimension to my reports. So it's getting updated. So the age dimension, there isn't any data available right now. If available, the data would be here with the age and the country that is related over there. And then we have the regions data. So we have the region. So the region from which the users are visiting to our website, it's Karnataka, Telangana. So the number of users who are visiting from that particular region. So like this, we can apply all the dimensions to these reports related to the language, age, gender, and their interests. So all these dimensions could be applied in this way. And then we have the technical dimensions that are related to the technical details of our users, like the browser they use, the OS or the platform. So these are the browsers. So two of them are coming from the Chrome and some of them are coming from Safari. They're using the website through Safari browser. And we can also apply the other technical details like the device category, model, and also if it's an app, the app version and the OS version, the operating system, or the platform or the device category. So these are the dimensions that are available under the technical details on the tech. Okay, so this is how we could use the new dimensions that are available in GA4 for categorizing our reports and analyzing our data based upon these dimension categories. And in the next video, we are going to see the metrics related to GA4 and what are the metrics and what's the functionality. And later on, we are going to get into the custom dimensions and custom metrics, which are mostly customized for us. So these are all the predefined dimensions and metrics available in the Google Analytics. We can also create such kind of customized dimensions and metrics, and we will be creating them in the next videos. So now let us know about the metrics in the next video. Thank you.